Shalawaam, all praises, all honor, and all glory be unto YAHAWAH, BAHASHAM, YAHWASHI, BAHASHAM, QADASH. Double honors unto the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone, and Shalom CHASAAD, peace and mercy unto all of Akim, to the hopeful elect, to the house of David, to the 1/3, to the men, women, and children. Alright, this is the brother Maror, and this video is going to be on the article you see right here. As you can see, it says, on the brink of an apocalyptic war with Iran, and most Americans don't even seem to care. Alright, this is from Zero Hedge, which the Lord willing I remember. I'll leave the link for you all in the description box. If not, there it is right there. Alright, it says this is the closest that the U.S. has been to war with Iran in decades, and yet most Americans are either clueless or they don't seem to believe that it could actually happen. Alright, and you know why they're clueless? Alright, because there's a spirit on America, a stupefied spirit that YAHAWASHI put on this place, man. Alright, this is the book of Zephaniah chapter 2 and verse 15. This is the rejoicing city that dwell carelessly, that said in her heart, I am, and there is none beside me. Yeah, Americans believe that America can never be invaded. A great pestilence can never happen. You know, that it tells you in Psalms 49:11, the inward thought is that their houses shall continue forever. Alright, roughly paraphrasing. So Americans don't think this place is going to never go down. Alright? They think this place is going to last on forever. They think it's the greatest country on the earth. The military is the greatest military. Nukes can never happen. The spirit is on a lot of these directors, man, these people who make these movies, these series, these shows. Alright, you got this show called Black Summer, which I highly recommend you check that out if you haven't already. Stuff like that is just showing you scenarios of what's going to happen when shit hit the fan here real soon, man. Shows like The Walking Dead. Alright, all these, movies like Contagion. Alright, those things are actually going to come because the Most High said I would smite Egypt with plagues as before, and this time it's going to be greater plagues, man. Alright, how has she become a desolation, a place for beasts to lie down in? Everyone that passes by her shall hiss and wag his hand. And that's what's going to happen to Babylon the Great, which Babylon means confusion. And America is a great city filled with confusion. Alright, it's so confused that it goes around attacking different countries in the name of peace, man. Alright, he bears the sword. This the man that's ruling the planet Earth right now, the so-called white man. It goes back to Esau, Edom, Idumea, when you read the scriptures, and his blessing was the sword to go around and take peace from the earth. Alright, and that's exactly what he's doing, man. He's stealing everybody oil, natural resources. Alright, and these Americans, man, they don't know what's going on, man. You know what they worried about? Their head is down on their phone, getting hit by cars, falling down stairs. Because they're on social media, man. Facebook, Instagram. They eat all this genetically modified food. All they do is smoke weed all day, so they're fat, they're lazy, they can't even run the mile. Alright, they're just ripe for the picking, man. Alright, these troops gonna run through you young thug niggas, man. Alright? Man, all hell is about to break loose, man. All you people is worried about is a Facebook stat. Alright, you people are gone, man. And this is the closest that the U.S. has been at war with Iran in decades, and yet most Americans are either clueless or they don't seem to believe that it could actually happen. Why? Because this is the rejoicing city that dwelt carelessly. That's why. And I certainly don't think that President Trump wants a war, but he is surrounded by war hawks that have been pushing an extremely aggressive get tough policy with Iran. Alright? And Iran is in the scriptures. Alright? You could do a quick Google search. When did Iran become Persia? Alright? Because the scriptures deals with nationalities. The Persians. Alright? In 1935, the Iranian government requested those countries which it had diplomatic relations with to call Persia Iran, alright, which is the name of the country in Persia. The suggestion for the change is said to have come from the Iranian ambassador to Germany, who came under the influence of the Nazis. Alright, so this happened around World War II, I believe. Alright, Persia became Iran. Alright, so replace that word Iran with Persia. Replace America or the U.S. with Babylon. Babylon the Great. Alright, and America's beef with Persia, that's straight out the scriptures, man. All right. The Trump administration just canceled the waivers that were allowing other nations to continue purchasing Iranian oil, and the goal of that move is to reduce Iranian exports to zero. But oil exports are 40% of the Iranian economy, and the Iranians understand that this could absolutely cripple their economy. The Iranians have threatened to close the Strait of Hormuz in retaliation, and that would almost certainly provoke a U.S. military response. See, it's all about money. It's all about control. All right, because Esau wants to control everybody. He wants to chip everybody. He wants to control their natural resources. All right, he wants to take the water out the oceans, the seas, the lakes, the rivers, and sell them to you in your grocery stores, man. All right, and he does this with everything. He does this with the fruit that grows out of the ground and on the trees, the vegetation. All right, he wants to be looked at as he is the Most High, man. All right. But this is gonna be the war to end all wars, man. Because in the midst of this war, the King of Kings and Lord of Lords, the Lord of War, all right, YAHAWASHI is the man of war. He's gonna send his son YAHAWASHI back, who's gonna destroy all the world's armies, man. This is what this is leading up to, the War of Armageddon. All right. On Wednesday, Iranian President Hassan Rouhani is expected to announce small steps to reduce his country's nuclear to resume his country's nuclear program. Why? All right, because it goes back to the book of Joel, man. All right, the weak are saying I am strong. Because at one time, America was greatly feared amongst these nations, man. Which is why it got the power that it has from its military might. All right, after they dropped those bombs on Hiroshima and Nagasaki, that put great fear in the other nations, man. All right, and he shall make fire come down from heaven. It's all in the scriptures, man. All right. This is the book of Joel, chapter 3, verse 9. Proclaim ye this among the Gentiles. All right? The word in the Hebrew is YAHAWAH, which is speaking about the other nations, the heathens. All right? The Persians, the Edomites. All right? For example, there's two different type of Gentiles when you read the scriptures. The next Gentiles will be the Israelite foreigners that were scattered amongst the Gentiles, and they started worshiping their gods, and they became as Gentiles. All right, took on their customs. All right, but in this case, it's talking about the other nations and their armies. All right, proclaim ye this among the Gentiles: prepare war, wake up the mighty men, let all the men of war draw near, let them come up, beat your plowshares into swords, and your pruning hooks into spears. Let the weak say, I am strong. So that's what these countries are doing, man. They're resuming their nuclear, you know, they're putting their money into their military, man. All right, because they realize that Esau, the so-called white man, is the problem, and we have to do something about it, man. All right, so the Most High is gonna put it in the spirit of these nations to get up their nuclear capability. All right, and go to war. All right. It says according to the New York Times, that will include conducting research on centrifuges that can make nuclear fuel and curbing nuclear inspections from observers. All right. Of course, the truth is that the Iranians have never fully abandoned their nuclear program in the first place, but that is supposed to be a big secret. All right. And this is all set up anyway, man, by the elites. They play both sides. This is another wrestling match, man. All right. But the Most High, he's going to allow it to blow up into a full-blown World War. All right, to where a lot of you American citizens are going to get drafted, man. All right. In every event, tensions between the U.S. and Iran have now reached frightening levels. On Sunday, White House National Security Advisor John Bolton announced that the USS Abraham Lincoln and 4 B-52 bombers are being sent to the Middle East as a message to Iran. See, Esau, man, he's showing off his military might, or he's flexing his muscle. All right, which this is his blessing. All right. Genesis 27, verse 40. Verse 39. And Isaac his father answered and said unto him, Behold, thy dwelling shall be the fatness of the earth, and of the dew of heaven from above. This is why there is a U.S. embassy and all throughout the world, man. Over 250 consulates and embassies. All right. And by thy sword shalt thou live, and thou shalt serve thy brother. And it shall come to pass when thou shalt have the dominion, that thou shalt break his yoke from off thy neck. Yeah, Esau lives by the sword, man. He goes around stealing, killing, pillaging, taking the natural resources from the other nations, putting people in slavery. Hey, John 10 and 10, the devil coming out but for to steal, kill, and to destroy. So this is this man's blessing, all right, to have the sword, to have B-52 bombers, to get everything by the sword. And these other nations, they're sick of it, man. All right, because the Most High is putting it in the spirit. See, America's the bully. Esau, the so-called white man, he's the bully. But the Most High is putting it in their spirit to stand up against the bully. Like, you know what, we gonna fight, man. All right. 4 B-52 Stratofortress bombers are being sent to the Mid-East to support the aircraft carrier Abraham Lincoln, and moves aimed at countering threats from Iran. U.S. Central Command said Tuesday the B-52s from Barksdale Air Force Base, Louisiana, are deploying to Al Udeid Air Base in Qatar, a hub for U.S. air operations in the region, CBS News reported. Apparently, there was some intelligence which indicated that Iran was planning a possible attack on U.S. forces in the region. All right, and Bolton said that these deployments would make it very clear that any assault would be met with unrelenting force. Man, this is called law, YAHAWASHI. Hey, the Most High is bringing it, man. This is going to be one big brawl. All right, let's get some scriptures. This is Ezekiel 38, verse 1. And the word of YAHAWASHI came unto me, saying, Son of man, set thy face against Gog and the land of Magog, which is dealing with Russia up in that landmass, man, which is inhabited by Edomites, other Edomites, Idumeans, right, white people, so you can understand, all right, that's inhabited by Edomites as well, man, all right, the chief prince of Meshech and Tubal, and prophesy against them, because those are Edomites. Hey, the scripture tells you in Ezekiel 35, prophesy against Mount Seir, all right, and say, thus said the Lord, YAHAWASHI, behold, I am against thee, O Gog, the chief prince of Meshech and Tubal. So the Most High is against those Russians too, but he's going to use them. He's going to put a warlike spirit unto them, all right? He's going to get them ready for war. And I will turn thee back and put hooks into thy jaws, and I will bring thee forth and all thine army. So the Most High is YAHAWASHI, is the Lord of hosts, man. He controls these armies, all right? The Lord of Sabaoth. This is Isaiah 13 and verse... let's see. Isaiah 13 verse 4. The noise of a multitude in the mountains, like as of a great people, a tumultuous noise of the kingdoms of nations gathered together. All right, where are they being gathered together? To the war of Armageddon, man, over there in the Middle East. All right, that's where they're being gathered together. All right, over there in those deserts, man. That's gonna be one big boxing ring. All right, a lot of people's gonna die over there, especially when Yahushua cracks the clouds with those chairs and start zapping people, like something you see in War of the Worlds. A lot of people is going to die over there, man. The Lord, whose real name in Hebrew is Yahawah, which means he is. His son's name is YAHAWASHI, which means he is the deliverer. All right? The Lord of hosts, meaning the Lord of armies, mustereth the host of the battle, meaning the Lord is controlling these armies. He's putting his spirit to get ready for war. He's sending them to the Middle East. He's having these B-52 bombers going over so he could get this thing popping, man. All right. And this is good news, man. All right. This is great news because with this kingdom going out, all right, it's going to usher in a new reign of a kingdom where we can dwell in righteousness in the name of YAHAWASHI forever, man. All right. And that's why these devils hate us, man. That's why we're going to be persecuted. All right, because they know that this is the truth. They just can't let the masses know. All right. Look up that word host. Host, war, army, battle, service, appointed time, warfare, soldiers, company, company of soldiers. All right, preparing for battle for the appointed time, which is what World War III. That which goes forth, army, warfare, army host. All right, Yahawashi is the Lord of hosts, man. He's controlling these armies, man. He's putting their spirit for war. He's ramping them up. All right. This is this is the book of Joel, chapter 3, verse 11. Assemble yourselves and come, all ye heathen. Gather yourselves together round about. Thither cause the mighty ones to come down, O Yahweh Shem El Shai. Let the heathen be wakened. When you look up that word waken in the blue letter, it means to be roused up. All right. Just like it says about Jake over here, man. All right. Jake is the old lion over here, but who shall rouse him up? All right. The Lord's allowing all these people. You just had this cop slam this one Israelite woman. All right. Bring out of sleep, awaken to what? That this is not your rest. The so-called white man is the devil. This place is going to be destroyed. We got to go to war. All right. Cause to feel angry or excited. So you waking up to the fact that, man, this man is the problem. We got to take him out. You ain't asleep no more, man. All right. Let's see if I could get it online. Shaking the feathers of the body. To stir up, provoke to activity. All right. So the Most High is provoking his other nations because he is the Lord of hosts. He's provoking them to activity. To put their money in their military to prepare for war. To beef with Babylon the Great, man. All right. Because Esau think he's untouchable, man. He think he ain't gonna never go down. All right. Apparently, there was some intelligence which indicated that Iran was planning a possible attack on U.S. forces in the region, and Bolton said that these deployments would make it very clear that any assault would be met with unrelenting force. The deployments would send a clear and unmistakable message to the Iranian regime that any attack on the United States' interests or on those of our allies will be met with unrelenting force, he said in a statement. The United States is not seeking war with the Iranian regime, but we are fully prepared to respond to any attack, whether by proxy, the Islamic Revolutionary Guard Corps, or regular Iranian forces. And Yahawashi prophesied this, man. All right? Hey, the spirit of Yahawashi is the spirit of prophecy, man. All right? This is from Luke 21. Verse 9. But when ye shall hear of wars and commotions, be not terrified, for these things must come to pass, but the end is not by and by. Yeah, this has to come to pass, man. Babylon the Great beefing with the Persians. All right, Esau versus the Persians. All right. Then he said unto them, nations shall rise against nations, which there's going to be mass race wars in Babylon. All right, and kingdom against kingdom, which you're going to have America versus Persia, or Iran versus Russia versus Ethiopia. All right, that's going to happen, man. In response, the Iranians accused the U.S. of engaging in a form of psychological warfare, which Esau is big up on that, and his nakedness is being exposed. Everybody is seeing you for the devil that you are. He practiced all these things, and he will know where he practices on Israelites, man. All right, you jakes. All right, he uses psychological warfare heavy. He uses fear tactics. He uses frequencies and sound waves and music. He uses his media. All right. Hey, the scripture tells you, be not ignorant of Satan's devices, man. He uses these things for an evil purpose to further his new world order, so he can stay in power forever, which is not going to happen, man. The scripture says he shall rain it upon him while he is eating. All right. Back in Ezekiel chapter 38, verse 4, and I will turn thee back and put hooks into thy jaws, and I will bring thee forth in all thy army, horses and horsemen, all of them clothed with all sorts of armor, even a great company with bucklers and shields, all of them handling swords, man. Hey, the scripture tells you in 2 Esdras 15, one people shall stand up to fight against another with swords in their hands, man. So what's that? They're going to have Persians versus American soldiers, Russian soldiers, Ethiopian, Libyan soldiers, man. North Korean, South Korean. Well, they're one now, so Korean soldiers, Chinese, Japanese. Everybody's getting ready for war. All right, while you people getting ready for the 4th of July and fucking, all this bullshit holidays, people are getting ready for war, man. You people have another thing coming. Persia, all right, there goes Persia. That's Iran. Nowadays, the land is called Iran. That got changed in 1935, all right. Iran is a city in Persia, all right. Ethiopia, which is in so-called Africa, all right, and Libya with them. All of them with shield and helmet. I mean, they're gonna be geared up for war, man. They're gonna be suited and booted, man. All right. They're gonna be trained to go. All right. They're gonna have exoskeleton suits. They're gonna have microwave guns. They're gonna have technology you have only thought was in Call of Duty. All right. Hey, this man's blessing is the sword. All right. And you gotta remember, those Russians are Edomites too. All right. Gomer and all his bands, the house of Togarmah. All right, Turkey. Of the north quarters, and all his bands, and many people with thee. Be thou prepared, and prepare for thyself. All right? And all thy company that are assembled unto thee, and be thou a guard unto them. So this is major prophecy, man. So if America goes over there, fucking around, boom, Russia could get involved. And Russia has many allies, man. So all those allies are going to get together, and they're going to jump. They're going to jump Babylon the Great, man. They're going to nuke this. They're going to push the button. All right? Be thou prepared and prepare for thyself. Those Russians are ready. All right? And all thy company that are assembled unto thee, and be thou a guard unto them. All right? Russia is a guard unto Persia. All right? So then that's going to cause them to get involved. All right? It's going to be a mass chaotic brawl. All right? It's going to be apocalyptic, man. All right? In addition to everything else, CNN is reporting that it appears that the Iranians have been moving short-range ballistic missiles aboard boats in the Persian Gulf, and this has deeply alarmed U.S. officials. Intelligence showing that Iran is likely moving short-range ballistic missiles aboard boats in the Persian Gulf was one of the critical reasons the U.S. decided to move an aircraft carrier strike group and B-52 bombers into the region. According to several U.S. officials with direct knowledge of the situation, the concerns over the movement of the missiles was one of multiple threads of intelligence from various sources that led the U.S. to believe Iran had the capability and intention to launch strikes against U.S. targets. If both sides rattle their sabers for a while, but nothing ever comes of it, we'll be fine. But if someone goes a little bit too far and the missiles start flying, which they are going to start flying, all right, we could soon be engaged in a conflict that could literally spark World War III, which is all Bible prophecy, man. Ezekiel 38, World War III, all right? The scriptures tells you that the third war coming quickly, man. The second war is past, and the third war is coming quickly. A great destruction, a time like no other. All right. If Esau doesn't be taken out of power, no flesh is going to be saved. All right. Revelation 11:14, the second woe is past, and behold, the third woe cometh quickly. We're swiftly approaching these times, man. These days are flying, all right? We're in summer, man. Might as well say we almost in summer 2019, all right? But if Lord willing, something happen this summer, man, all right? We're looking to get out of here. We're looking for a kingdom where we can dwell in righteousness. There's nothing righteous about this place, man, all right? And then if you call people out on it, people attack you, all right? Calling them on a bluff, man. But if someone goes a little bit too far and the missiles start flying, we could soon be engaged in a conflict that could literally spark World War III. While they're certainly no match for the U.S., which is bullshit, look at their allies. They're more than a match, all right? The truth is that the Iranian military is quite strong, and they possess weapons of immense destructive power. Yes, they do, all right? And in the event of a military conflict with the U.S., the Iranians have already said that they will hit Israel too, so they're going out swinging, man. What else do? You in the corner, all right? You're surrounded. They're like, fuck it. Excuse my French. They're like, whatever, man. We're just gonna go out swinging. We're gonna hit you and Israel, right? Because America and Israel, they're top allies, man. America sends billions to Israel every year, and which those people in Israel, they're not the real Israelites. They're all right. They're not the real Israelites. They're Hebrew Edomites from the tribe of Amalek. All right. Accelerate. All right. And if Israel gets hit, they will certainly strike back at Iran extremely hard. Yeah, because America backs Israel, man. All right, hard. All right. Which shows you that they're divided, because you got Americans that hate those Jews, man. All right, they hate them. All right. The Iranians absolutely hate both the United States and Israel. All right. Which these three, Persia, United States, Babylon, and Great, and Israel, major in prophecy, especially for World War III, man. All right. Matter of fact, Israel being attacked could very well draw America over there, which could very well draw Russia over there, which could result in the Third World War, man. All right. And this is the book of Jeremiah, chapter 50, verse 45. Therefore hear ye the counsel of YAHAWASHI, that he had taken against Babylon, which is America, and his purpose is that he had proposed against the land of the Chaldeans. All right. Surely the least of the flock shall draw them out, which is what? Those fake Jews over there, those gutter rats, man, that are dwelling in the land of Israel. All right. Surely he shall make their habitation desolate with them. Both of those lands are going to get hit with nukes, man. All right. You got something called Tel Aviv over there. Pink City in Tel Aviv, Salakia. You got something called Pink City in Tel Aviv over there in our land. All right. One of the biggest gay parades in the world. And also America. And the scripture says that they should be taken out, overthrown as Sodom and Gomorrah, man. All right. It says, and if Israel gets hit, they will certainly strike back at Iran extremely hard. The Iranians absolutely hate both the United States and Israel, and recent moves by the Trump administration have pushed the Iranians into a corner. All right. The following comes from Pac, and you know what happens, man, when animals get pushed in the corner. All right. Anybody, man. The following comes from Pat Buchanan. Did President Trump approve of this? For he appears to be going along. He has pulled out of the Iran nuclear deal and reimposed sanctions last week. He canceled waivers. He had given 8 nations to let them continue buying Iranian oil. Purpose: reduce Iran's oil exports 40% of GDP to zero, to deepen an economic crisis that is already expected to cut Iran's GDP this year by 6%. Trump has also designated Iran a terrorist state and Republican Guard a terrorist organization. The first time we have done that with the armed forces of a foreign nation. We don't even do that with North Korea. Yeah, those Persians, they hate America, man. They hate Babylon. All right, they chant Mawaf Lababal in their tongue. Alright? A cornered animal is extremely dangerous, and at this point the Iranians may feel it as if the only option they have left is to lash out exactly. Alright? Now to get back on these fake Jews, right? Alright, this is Zechariah chapter 9 and verse 6. And a bastard shall dwell in Ashdod, and I will cut off the pride of the Philistines. Alright, Palestine, Philistine, same thing. Alright, but over there in Ashdod, that's a city in Israel. Alright, the whole land of Israel is being inhabited by heathens, man. Alright, mostly Amalekites, a tribe of Esau. Alright, Edomites, man. Alright, they're in our land right now, which shows you that they're not the real Jews. Because if the real Israelites were put back in their land, then there wouldn't be any war. Alright? Why? Why was there a need for war? Alright, Yahawashi is the King of peace, man. Alright? This is Ezekiel 35. Verse 11. Therefore, as I live, said the Lord, YAHAWASHI power, I will even do according to thy anger and according to thine envy, which thou hast, verse 10. Because thou hast said, these two nations and these two countries shall be mine, and we will possess it, whereas YAHAWASHI was there. Yeah, they took the land of Israel from us, alright, which really started in 70 AD under Titus Vespasian, alright, those Romans, alright, ransacked Jerusalem, man. Over 1 million Israelites fled into West Africa, but they also fled everywhere, because it's part of the curses that we shall flee 7 ways before our enemies. All right, so that they took our land, and that was a part of the scattering as well. Deuteronomy 28 and 64. So they took Israel, right? But the northern kingdom was already over here, man. The northern kingdom was already in what you call the New World. And so they took Israel, and they also took the so-called New World and called it North and South America. All right, the two nations, the two kingdoms, man. Right, but now we're being built up as one nation. You see, so this damn devil, he ran in our land with a sword, and now he's dwelling over there, man. We've been scattered. Our land is inhabited by strangers, and it's strange to our own people. You can read First Maccabees. There's nothing new under the sun. The same thing happened during the time of the Greeks too, man. All right. You people ain't the real Jews, man. All right. You ain't the real people of the Heavenly Father. You're over there to fulfill prophecy. All right. Nothing further. This is Isaiah chapter 2. And verse 4. And he shall judge among the nations, and shall rebuke many people. And they shall beat their swords into plowshares, and their spears into pruning hooks. It's the other way around from Joel 3 and 9. Alright, Joel 3 and 9, they're beating their pruning hooks into swords. Alright? And their plowshares into spears. Alright? So I'll read it again. Isaiah 2 and 4. And he shall judge among the nations, and shall rebuke many people, and they shall beat their swords into plowshares. This is going to happen in the kingdom when the saints possess the kingdom forever and ever. Alright? BAHASHAM YAHAWAH, BAHASHAM YAHAWAH, BAHASHAM YAHAWASHI, BAHASHAM QADASH forever, man. Alright? Ye shall judge among the nations, and shall rebuke many people, and they shall beat their swords into plowshares, and their spears into pruning hooks. Nation shall not lift up sword against nation, neither shall they learn war any more. Alright? There's another clear hint that these people aren't the real Jews. There's something crazy. Hey, you're being lied to, man. Alright? There's a spell you're being put under. Alright? And that's why there's war, and they have to be destroyed. And those other nations, those Persians over there, those Philistines, those Hamites, they know. That's another reason why they really don't like those gutter rats, because they want the land, and because they know that they ain't the real people, man. Alright? It says a cornered animal is extremely dangerous, and at this point the Iranians may feel as if the only option they have left is to lash out. As a first step, they could potentially close the Strait of Hormuz, and that would instantly create a global oil crisis. Alright? He also warned that if we choke off its oil exports exit that exit the Persian Gulf through the Strait of Hormuz, the strait could be closed to other nations as 30% of the world's oil shipments transit the strait. Closing it could cause a global crash, alright, which could help crash Babylon's economy. Call law, YAHAWASHI, man. Alright? In 1973, when President Nixon rescued Israel in Yom Kippur War, the OPEC Arabs imposed an oil embargo. Gas prices spiked so high, Nixon considered taking a train to Florida for Christmas vacation. Alright? Of course, a potential war with Iran is not even on the radar for most Americans these days. Most of us are preoccupied with other things like bills, working 40 plus hours a week. Alright? Esau, his system is to keep you busy, is to keep you dumbed down, is to keep you docile. Alright? But if missiles start flying, this will instantly become the top news story on the entire planet. This destruction is going to be televised, man. All the nations on earth are going to fear. They're going to know what happened to this place, man. Alright? And they're going to fear the name of YAHAWASHI, man, forever. Alright? We never start in a vacuum. In every major war throughout history, there's always been a series of steps that has ultimately resulted in the outbreak of war. Alright? Without a doubt, the U.S. and Iran are moving toward war. That doesn't mean that one will happen. It's Bible prophecy, man, so it's going to happen. Alright? And we better hope that it doesn't, because it will have all sorts of apocalyptic consequences. Meaning what? Esau is the end of the world, and Jacob is the beginning of it that followed. That's what's going to happen, man. So let us hope that cooler heads prevail. Unfortunately, that doesn't appear to be any cooler heads among Iranian leadership, and Trump has surrounded himself with war hawks like John Bolton and Mike Pompeo. Alright, good. Alright? Call law, YAHAWASHI. This is Proverbs 21, verse 1. The king's heart is in the hand of YAHAWASHI. As the rivers of water, he turneth it whithersoever he will. The Most High controls the minds. He works on the minds of men. He knows the thoughts of man, man. He knows the inner hearts, the secret things, man. He works on the mind of men, man. He uses angels, alright? Visions, dreams. He put in their spirit for war, alright? And there's nothing they can do. There's no such thing as free will. There's no way to stop it, alright? Because Esau watches our videos. He watches, see how he can try to offset the prophecy. There's nothing you can do, man, alright? In the end, Trump, he will make the final call on any conflict with Iran, and let us hope that he makes the right one. Which he ain't gonna make the right one. The Lord willing, he stays in office. He's a proud devil. He's the face of Esau, man. Alright, you look up Esau in the Bible dictionary, it should be Donald Trump, man. Alright? See if I got any more. And with that, man, I pray this was edifying. Alright? All praises, all honor, and all glory be unto Yahawah, BAHASHAM, YAHWASHI, BAHASHAM, QADASH. Double honors unto the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. Shalawaam, baachyar, peace and mercy to all Akim, to all elect. Shalawaam.